Okay, so I want to go over some of the best support items in the game. Very blunt video, probably a quick video, but I feel like this video is something that's needed for players because first things first, support items are to win, make things easier for you in challenges, red zones, whatever event you go into. So don't look at support items like they're, oh, I can't use this support item. You can definitely use this support item. There's no shame in your game. I just want to be the person to let you know you can use a support item because that's what they're meant to do. I just want to go over probably 5 or 6. I mean, depending on how good I feel about this video or depending on how, I explain and walk through this, depends on how many we're going to talk about. But we're just going to go from order. So at the top, bro, you've got health. Strictly health. So all the way up into what's cargo, these are all health items. Status effects right here. This is a herb. So the best health item in the game is actually not even any of these, but Sensu Bean is a really good support item. I'ma just leave it as bluntly as that. It's a Sensu Bean. Everybody knows what a Sensu Bean is. These supports are very like very what AoEs or big damage dealers. What do we call those events? Like when you want to do 99 million damage. What do we call those events? I don't even know, but you really want like a nuker. Yeah, a nuker. This is nuker items pretty much. I mean, I don't know why else you would bring orbs into an event. This is key. These really don't matter. Support right here. They're solid, but these are nothing spectacular. I think the first spectacular thing I see is Ghost Usher. I mean, you see what it does. You read the effects. You've used Ghost Usher before, don't lie. But Ghost Usher is just too amazing for a support character. I mean, you take away the ability to even get hit. I don't know what gets better than that. This is why people think dodge is overrated, when in reality it just is what it is. If you can't get hit, you can't die. So with that logic, you know what I'm saying? A Ghost Usher is plus 10. 10 out of 10 item right here. King Gamma has faltered because it's 50% damage reduction for 1 turn. And we all know 50% damage reduction isn't really much nowadays. Now, it used to be back then in the OG days, but this was a S plus tier item. Like, everybody was running him back in the day. But it's just a different, it's a different era. I say it's a solid 6 out of 10 unit support item now. I call it a unit. I'm so used to the units, but I call them a solid little support. I think this is the most underrated support that's going to be in my video. Like, I sort of want to glaze, like, y'all have no idea, like, bro, like, I low-key want to just glaze this item. Because I see a lot of people hating on this ability right here. Oh, they always point at the negatives. Oh, well, if I'm just going to see that I'm going to die, then what? Dude, that's not the point. The Scouter is to form the best formation you can. Give you the greatest chance to survive. You know what I'm saying? So let's say, for an example, I got a rotation of Cell, Trunks, and Super Saiyan Goku because I'm running an Android / Cell Saga team. Okay? And let's say we use the Scouter and we see where the enemy super is. Okay, cool. So now I got those 3 options. First of all, I'm seeing if he's super attacking in the first turn at slot 1, slot 2, or slot 3. And depending on what slot he's super in on, I could place any unit I want there. Like, really think about that. Do you not understand the value of that? You know where the super is going to be, so you know your best counterplay. A lot of people are thinking about, oh, I'm just going to die anyways. If you run units correctly, if you give them good builds, and nowadays, every unit has some sort of defensive mechanic nowadays. A little bit of dodge here and there, some damage reduction, some guard, you know. And if it's a unit that you know has no real defensive mechanics, you know not to put them right there. So it's like, okay. So Trunks has a high chance to guard, the tech Trunks. We know not to put Cell. Now, I'm not talking about Cell Max. I'm talking about the sucky Int LR Android. Yeah, him. I'm talking about that LR. We know not to put him in front of no super. But Trunks has a chance to guard. So you never know. You know? So I feel like that's probably the most underrated because I know a lot of people only think Scouters when you're running like Captain Ginyu's team or you're running like Vegito, the STR Vegito. But bro, Scouter's a whole item. And it's for 3 turns. Just letting you know. And it gives you 2 ki. I'm just saying, bro. Now, a lot of these items right here, I mean, I wish I could just go one by one, but this mouse item, really sneaky good item. These are items people don't even know that's in the game. That's why I'm making this video, because for all the people who clicked on this video and just watched a little bit, yeah, I dragged it on purpose. Just on a little bit. Just so they think they know everything. Oh, support. He's talking about support items. Well, you're about to get the drop on some of the best support items in the game that people just don't even know about because they're so used to Whis, Boma. They're just so, I don't know. I don't know what to call it. But they're only focused on certain items. There's a lot of really, really, really good top tier items. I can't stress this enough. I just really can't. This item right here, 25% attack support for 5 items. Really top tier. It's attack. If you're an offensive player, it works. You know what I'm saying? This is the opposite. This is 25% damage reduction for 3 turns to all enemies. So Marin is what, Krillin's baby? Yeah, Krillin in 18. Yeah. Krillin in 18's little child, right? The next good item right here that I'll say is I'll say a 9 out of 10 right here. This is probably like the most used item in the game. I don't know if there's a item that's more used than Whis. I mean, Ghost Ushers can probably compete. I mean, yeah, your typical healing item, but I mean, I see Whis everywhere, like all the time, all day, everywhere, all the time. Icarus was really solid back in the days, but I mean, we got Whis, so just a better, just outright. I mean, look how many Whis I have compared to how many Icaruses I have. Bro, I have not touched Icarus in a long time. I need to stock up on items is what I'm really paying attention to. So, Boma recovery. This is the best recovery in the game right here. 70% HP and all allies attack plus 25% for 2 turns. I think this is the strongest support memory in the game because you're already defensively covered by recovering. Especially in today's meta, like I said, we're not just getting weak units. We're getting strong units. And I think when it comes to supporting, unless it's like a damage reduction item, a 50% defensive buff is really good, but it's just not the same. It's not as type tier as a Whis. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even compare. Chopping off 40% of someone's damage reduction is way more explosive than getting a plus 50 defense. You have to trust me. But Android 18 is still really effective. But I'm just saying, Boma is like that. But there's one even better than Boma. This is the most underrated item in the game. 55% health, HP, and 30% damage reduction for 1 turn. I'm telling you, I'm picking her every time. I am. When I'm thinking about healing a unit, unless there's a status effect that I know the opponent will use, then that's different. Like, oh, sometimes he may debuff, you know, and we can get rid of the debuffs or any weird things. So that is something. This is probably, I mean, for Super Battle Road, this is probably like the most broken item for Super Battle Road, Extreme Battle Road. This item right here, I mean, if you have any problems with any stage in Super, I like any problem, any stage, you bring Chi-Chi, I promise you, you can get through that. You can get through that fight. I sort of want to look at it like a hard, a difficult fight, like a Super Battle Road. They just came out with one. But how many was that? Yeah, I think that was 5. Yeah, I think that was 5. We definitely went over 5 really top tier support items. I mean, like I said, you still got the stragglers, like, you know, Boma attacking defense 20% for 3 turns and things of that nature. But I mean, other than that, bro, these are the best support items. Use support items. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to include this into like a segment of a video, because that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna just import this segment into a different video. I don't know which video I'm gonna like a beginner's guide, or I don't know, things. I don't know. We'll come up with something. I'll figure it out.